They've got to hang on. MSS could be in trouble. He's got to be caught with the kinetic field, and this should be our first blood. There it is. There's going to be a reaction, so they're going to end up getting a return kill on Goldblack. Maybe Tree Armor, good ability, and yeah, he's going to be able to make it away. Ooh, less than 10 HP. And he survives. Let's ICAT from that top lane.
Yeah, I think more importantly, instead of looking for kills and stuff, just looking at the overall efficiency and gold grabs is the best way to do it.
Sudoi got hit with a damn near max range arrow, and he's going to die because of it. Tree Armor helps, but not that much, and he ends up taking the spill. PyCat actually, he was so far away. That had to be close to max range.
Yeah, every time I watch.
And Fata, here we go. Goldblack's there. Goldblack hits him with the leech seed. Solo's there to follow. There's going to be a glimpse all the way back into a kinetic field static storm. Well played there from Yol. Now the reaction is coming out of Mousesports, though. Solo has to hightail it and get on out. Fata will end up surviving there. Took a lot of investment, and down at bottom, this frees up the bottom lane as BZZ continues to beat away on creeps and beginning to pressure those towers. And we're getting into a territory, I feel like it's becoming an imperative that they get towers down. Otherwise, this tree is just going to make it so hard for them to have map control. Three-man coil. Is there a follow? Sudoi stunned out with the Dragon Tail. They are going to be able to take the tier 1 most likely. Yol's going to be telekinesed and brought out right into a Dragon Breath, or Breathe Fire, I should say. And he ends up taking a lot of damage there. Mal's now on the run. Most of them very, very low health. That tier 1 is still standing, by the way. BZZ shows himself. Yeah, that's odd. That's bizarre. That tower will be denied. It had 1 HP. Wow.
Yeah, this is a poison, took it down to 1 HP, so.
I look at this. I like it. You start getting some of these tier 1s down in the side lanes in particular. Down at bottom. Up. Wow. Solo hit with another arrow. Here's a TPN. That's going to be Misery. Ice Blast is there. On the way. Telekinesis. Tree Armor. Not going to be enough as a couple of auto attacks, and down he goes. Rubik securing the kill there. Yeah, going now. Job's not getting the job done. What do you change up? What's your adjustment?
I mean, they just need to keep farming it.
Keep it up. Glimpse. Back into a kinetic field static storm. They don't have the damage, I don't think. And yeah, he's just going to be able to walk away. There's a coil spin, and now with BZZ there. That's enough. So very nice kill there.
Yeah, they're going to lose disastrous for Malzo at the same time. If you go, oh, the glimpse will happen.
There's a static storm down as well. And very tanky MSS. They need to finish him off because here comes the help. Fata comes up, gets off the Dragon Tail. There's going to be a coil spit on just MSS this time. He will end up dropping, but the rest of Mouse is ready to engage. Yol's in trouble, should end up dropping here as well, perhaps. Now Weaver kind of tucked into a corner, doing what he can against Fata. Fata going to be stopped from the TP using that overgrowth, and Goldblack secures a very high priority kill with that. And we were just singing the praises of Mouse and how well they had played. That was really, really awkward. It was the engagement and the follow-up from Mouse was just a little wonky.
Yeah, it was. I feel like for Mouse, they're just like, they felt too pressured to get something done with that Shadow Blade, and like the first 2 Shadow. Oh, hold on real quick, as they're gonna be spamming mid. Oh, Goldblack's probably dead here.
Yep, Goldblack is gonna shatter. And Roche is still standing. This is kind of big. Leech Seed was actually stolen by Rubik too, so a little bit of a helpful spell to have in team fights. Mal's able to
defend this.
I don't think so. Their puck's nowhere near, and I can't imagine them trying to fight without him. They're going to teleport in. They need to hurry in that pit if they're going to bring it down. Roche low, as you said, but yeah, they're going to go for it. Solo's going to lead. Puck's going to be a little tardy to the party. PyCat's so low, though, could end up dying here. There's the mech, but down goes the kinetic field and the static storm. Who ended up getting it? It was Mirana, did pick it up. Now the vacuum back. Solo doing what damage he can. Mirana lost the Aegis as soon as she got it, but able to leap back to the high ground. MSS coiled and using that wall to kite around as best as he can. Does end up dying when all's said and done. Mouse ends up getting the Aegis, but it cost them 2 heroes, and they ended up feeding it just as soon as they got it anyway. Up and Rubik making them think twice about it with the Fade Bolt. Necro Creeps doing what work they can. And the Lincolns popped off that time, so on cooldown momentarily. There's going to be a glimpse back on Fata, and the Static Storm kinetic field's there. Solo's going to lead in and chase down Misery, actually. And yeah, actually ends up not being able to finish him off to use Shikuchi. Behind that, the fight continues to rage as Rox once again is turned away at the steps. There's going to be an Ice Blast that doesn't catch anything. Solo caught from behind with the telekinesis. Deja vu all over again, trying to push the tier 3, and things going poorly. Mouse holds the line, extends their lead. There's going to be a vacuum back, the wall as well. And yeah, looks like a little indecisiveness. Mouse, though, ready to move out. Rox look like they might have wanted to fight. They're going to catch Yol, who drops the Static Storm in a panic and ends up dying behind him. Behind that, though, we can see Misery is being chopped down. They're committing so much to bring him down, though. Pos coming forward to help. MSS alive for the moment and stays alive. They can't bring him down. He's going to snap the tether just to create some space, and now Goldblack in trouble again. They gave up the DK. Mech buys a little bit of time, but they end up losing 4 in exchange for 1, maybe 5 if they can track down the weed. They hit the arrow. They're going to have a telekinesis there as well. Great pop of the Lincolns. Nope, time-lapse buys him a little bit of time. MSS still alive. Greed ends up selling out to try to get the kill. Give the Rubik, who was focus fired for the majority of that fight, a triple kill and a full 5-man wipe in favor of Mousesports.
Yeah.
Double smoke. Both looking for each other. Looks like Mouse is actually going to be the one to catch her from behind. Down goes the Static Storm Kinetic Field. They got Misery. If they can drop him, it'll be big for them. Mech'd up, but not enough. Behind that, though, Goldblack doing what he can. Feitai eating a lot of damage. BKB's up on both he and Solo. Solo wins that battle as well. Buyback immediately out of Misery. MSS got the wall down. He's going to end up dying behind the fight as well. And now Poss hanging around a little bit too long. Tracked down, cleaned up. 3 for 2 exchange, including a buyback on Misery. So it's actually a 4 for 2. And Sadoy now leading the charge. That's just the catalyst that Roxas needed. But is it good enough? They lost the Weaver. That's the one hero they didn't want to
fight.
Let's see. He's flirting with her. There's going to be a Dragon Tail elite Solo. Telekinesis afterwards into the wall as well. Brought down, uses the ulti. Now the coil, though. The impetus to reinitiate. Goldblack's in trouble. Ends up getting hit. Pycat hitting hard, but taking so much damage from that Weaver. And he ends up dying. He had time-lapse. So the Weaver, unable to time-lapse the damage, ends up dropping. Sadoy's next on the list. That's 3 for 0. And Yol likely to get caught here as well if they pursue him. Nope. Are they going to go for it? Nope. Going to drop the kinetic field just to stay safe. That's a free Roshan. That's a 1 fight, and that's a big problem for Rox.
This game is such a roller coaster.
It is.
Mention that team fight.
Speaking of damage, we did see, even though he died, he was hitting extremely hard. So it's not as if Roxas lacks firepower. Just between the Lycan and the Weaver and their single target DPS alone, that can run over Mal's if Mal's doesn't play these fights correctly. They just haven't been making mistakes for the most part. Mirana is getting closer to Butterfly, though. Already has up the Eagle Song, and now they're going to engage Solo. Leading out, there's going to be a 3-man coil. Here comes the Weaver coming in to do damage. Just blows Misery to pieces, and they have to deal with him. Phaeton going to be caught. Good overgrowth. Locks down everyone. Pycat loses the Aegis, and now MSS has to make a run for it. He'll be glimpsed back to his doom. No, is he not? I was going to say surely not. Leap away from Pycat into the trees, though. There's the Waiting Rift, and they should be able to finish this up in the meantime. So Mouse playing catch with Roxas as they give up 5, and Rox back in the driver's seat once again.
I told you.
Glyph is used. Let's see if they want to try to fight this. Phaeton waiting off to the side. They're going to end up bringing down the tier 3. Now going to work on the racks. It's going to be a telekinesis onto the Lycan, but no initiation. Weaver hitting so damn hard. Phaeton comes out, pops the Lincolns, but that's about all they got accomplished. They just lost 1 Rax for free. They may end up losing 2 if Rox decides to keep fighting. I mean, they're going to wait out the Ice Blast, and they could just reset and go again.
This is good, and really good patience from them. Instead of overextending and looking for hero kills. So this stage of the game, if you go for hero kills, there's buybacks up. They're just going to rebuy and you're going to lose the fight. We've seen it so many times before, so just go for buildings.
So they will. Moving up now. Here comes the Dragon Knight, though. He's actually going to be hexed. Static Storm Kinetic Fields off. Mark Pycat doing what damage he can. BZZ just ripping through this Mousesports squad. MSS dropped quickly. He and Solo doing tons of damage, and they're going to be able to bring down the racks. They end up losing the Aegis, but in the end, they're going to be quite happy with that. Misery actually stole Lycan's ulti. So, cute little baby wolf. Solo should end up dying here again, but again, they're not going to mind that one little bit. Stinks that they're giving that much gold to DK, but being able to bring down racks at this stage of the game, they should be fine.
Yeah, it was
a chance to succeed. They may get a glimpse off here. Yep, they will. Actually bring him all the way around. There's a Hex to follow. Sadoy's right there, uses the coil, and Kinetic Field, Static Storm. That's dead MSS, and he's down for 90 seconds. I don't even think he has buyback.
No, 4-minute cooldown.
Yep.
So he is down Light of Heaven, given the dot and spectator.
That tower. Not likely to stay standing for long. Phaeton just kind of zoning as best he can out in front. But without the DS, they're just hurting so much. There's going to be the Lincolns popped. Ice Blast will be shot. It's going to connect on a couple. Solo, BKB, he just rushed up. Yep, he's going to go ahead and use the Abyssal. He just two-shotted that hero, bringing Rubik down. Tier 3's down now. Pycat doing what damage he can. There's going to be an overgrowth that locks him down, and that Weaver just doing work. He's out there by himself, though. They're kind of falling back into the habits that forced them to lose last time. They overextended quite a bit there. She's actually consumed to make sure that BZZ makes it back to safety, so they don't get racks, but they do get the tier 3 and a couple of kills to boot. Just going to continue to play this patiently. There goes the racks. Now they're going to rush in. Solo leading, gets off the stun on the boss. It's going to be the Static Storm Kinetic Field. Phaeton down in a blink of an eye. MSS next on the list. Solo's right on his tail. Misery trying to help, but only so much he can do. 2-man coil secures at least 1 kill. And Mal's looks to have reached the end of the line here in this game. Finally, Roxas able to put it together. Good glimpsing. Jeez.
Yeah, that's cheeky.
That'll do. So, we are going the distance. Everyone predicted that much at least. We all agreed on it, that this was very likely to be a series that saw 3 games. And that's going to be the case. Relatively quiet for the most part. Just 47 kills in an almost hour-long game. But, yeah, action-packed. And Roxas, I think, did exactly what you really want them to do in this kind of a situation.